Hello everyone, welcome to another horrific review. Well, I thought I'd give you a wee break from my terrible game playing and wrap up the long weekend with movie reviewing back to business as usual for the next couple of weeks anyway. Um, oh my god, I thought I would keep it Easter themed, it just seemed the right thing to do. So appreciate the pain I go through for this show because oh my god, right? So this is the Beaster Bunny or Beaster Day or Beaster Day, Here Comes Peter Cottontail. Um, the fact that it has about 20 gazillion titles will give you an indication of the mess this bloody thing is. This is made by somebody who hates the audience. This is somebody that's they've eaten a load of Brussels sprouts, they've had a couple of Vindaloos, washed it down with like all various forms of gassy lagers, and then they've went and they've snapped one off in the middle of your carpet. They just went, I hate you, and then fucking went and left your house. This movie is an absolute mess. I don't even know where to begin. The Sci-Fi Channel does better graphics in this. I mean, the graphics and the effects, and I'll just say two words: digital blood. Need I say more? God. Starts off small town, and our protagonist, I'm going to say protagonist, I mean a wooden plank. Wooden plank with a actor's face just going do 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 do, because that's basically what she was. She's an artist, and she can't. She's left something school, and she's getting kicked out of her apartment. And oh, Daddy, I need to come home for a couple of months till I figure out my life. You know, well, I'm actually showing more emotion talking about it than she does acting it. It's shocking. So this is supposed to be our protagonist, and yeah, less said about her, the better. There's not that many Easter there's not that many Easter themed movies, and I of course picked the shit one. I picked the absolute pile of steaming, not just horse shit, but I mean donkey shit. Every animal that eats disgusting things just slapped onto the screen, like that's what it felt like. It just felt like a whole pile of sliding down the screen as you watch this movie. So, how did they try to entice you in? Right? How do they try and keep you interested? Gratuitous nudity. And as you know, I'm a fan of the female form. I love some boobies. I love a wee bit of bum as well and all that good stuff. But when it's just slapped on the screen for the first 20 minutes, purely to think, oh, audience stupid. If we're showing boobs, they'll stay. The reason I said obviously because I'm coming on here to make content about it. If I hadn't been for that, I'd been click. So yeah, you have a bunch of not even as good as that. I'll get to the monster in a minute. Let me get through the boobies first, because I'm easily bought. I'm a shallow man. You know what I mean? You put the you put nice naked ladies in the show, and that, but this was so cringeworthy. These were wannabe porn actors. Or in fact, even better still, get to the what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll put in the comments the number of what minute the last nudie scene ends, and you can just skip to that part. You know what I mean? Skip through all the parts. Nudie scene, nudie scene, nudie scene, nudie scene. Stop. Switch it off. Don't watch anymore, because you'll at least you'll have some fun. But even these, right? These are wannabe porn actors. I mean, the acting isn't even porn level. These are people like, well, I have to say stuff. I thought I was just here to take the clothes off. Is that bad? So we've got this small town, and you can kind of tell the people because the money's to make us political. Which, how the hell, how do you make a fucking fun, well, not this movie, but the idea being fun. If you're doing a bit, you know what I mean, if you're doing a killer Easter bunny in the Easter movie, you're kind of taking the mick a bit and having a bit of a laugh. No, no, no. They actually managed to make this political as well, so that just gives it another level. Yeah, they bring that shit in. It's a small town. This is where God, I can't remember her name. Don't even care. She's an idiot. The protagonist, we'll just call her that. She's coming back, and then at the same time, we'll have this other guy who, in fairness, plays his role quite well. He's the only one. He is the dog catcher, and he has, he's all the same shirts lined up. He's all the same baseball caps. He's right. Is this where we're going, Steve? Are we going with the puns? Right. Are you just going to make this more painful for me? It's painful enough talking about this show without getting the puns as well. Oh, man. But yeah, they set him up, which could have been fun. That he's all the same shirt. It's his work clothes. He's a dog catcher. And it's not even subtle. It's a picture of a dog and the cross sign, it's no dogs sort of thing, and the name of the company in the back, and it's a baseball cap. And he's trying it all on. He's all proud of himself. Now, they did the joke about him shoving his stock down his trousers, his jeans, pat himself out. But they couldn't even do that joke right. It went on for about 5 years. Like, the first act of the movie is him shoving everything down, including a Buddy Rabbit toy on it, talk about ripping the arse out of things. This is just, don't know how to do humour. So it might have been funny. Oh, yeah, right, get the character, haha. Oh, right, we're doing it again. All right, okay, we're doing it again. Okay, we're doing it again. I'm having a cross-platform now. This is the first for this channel. So, send nice Steve over on Facebook. We're jumping between platforms. So I'm sharing the pain out amongst all. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, so this joke goes on and on and on and on. And I think it's about the only serious attempt at humour in this movie. And they just drag the arse of it. And then obviously you get, he's not right in the head, he's dedicated his job, blah, blah, blah. So she's heading home. We've got him heading to work. Then we see the first kill, which is porn actress is, stretching in bed, and she's got skimpy see-through stuff on, and then she's like, getting up, and then she's making like lemon tea or something. And I've never seen somebody cut onions, or sorry, not onions, lemons. I think I thought onions because I was actually crying at this point, because I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why did I switch this on? But I'm committed now, and I'm going to have to talk about it. Ah, shit. I think there was tears in my eyes at this point because I realized what a big steaming pile of shit I was going to watch. Yeah, cutting the lemons to put in the thing, and she's doing it in lingerie because she just walks down, and then she changes into less clothing to go and sit out in the garden. Funny. It turned out she's got a husband there. He's calling, but then this is with the bunny attacks. I mean, we are talking the worst CGI bunny ever. I mean, it's something I would draw, right? This is something I would try and animate. It's that bad. Let's just put that. The thing doesn't even like walk or move. It's almost like they've got an image and they've got the guess on the screen and it's going. There's people on Fiverr do more professional graphics. They could have paid somebody on Fiverr to do a graphic of a fucking Easter bunny. I found better graphics for the intros and stuff of this YouTube channel than what they're doing in a serious movie. Oh dear. Okay, this is going to be one of these streams. All right, Steve. Right. Here we go. What are you going to pour hot water into a rabbit hole? Hot cross bunnies. Well, that's funny. That's funnier than the movie. Right. That's definitely funny in the movie because oh my god. Right. So yeah, she gets eaten, but they don't get eaten, right? The rabbit's coming down, but what it does instead is, like, it's coming down like this, chomp, or they turn the image on the side, it goes down like, you'd have better just going, rawr, rawr. I'd do better on these, or shit, all stuck. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it can fall apart. Right? I would do better with this, going, rawr, 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 than what they have done in this movie. That would actually look better, going, arf. Seriously. But somehow, as the rabbit's eating her, they managed to cleanly decapitate her. Yeah, like, it's almost like it was a sword, and then the head's laying there, and then it's like it only takes a bite out of the body. Oh, and the other thing is, there's animals in this, right? No animals get, don't do any animal stuff, but the weird thing is, she's supposed to be screaming, there's a dog in the pen, dog's like, what are you getting excited about? Do you know what I mean? They couldn't even train the dog to go arf arf arf. Why have it in the shot if they're not going to see the dog get excited by a huge bunny? And I mean, it's not like a, what was that one I watched about the killer boar, right? That was brilliant. That was real. You could imagine a boar getting huge that size. I mean, they did the animatronic head. You could visualize this. This thing's bigger than the house. And it's going, like Pac-Man. The dog's just like, yeah, whatever. Right? And only gets excited when she's running down going, ah! So, that's what I'm here for. I watch these things so you don't have to. God, Steve was asking me earlier actually where I find these movies, and I really wish I didn't. I do. I just go delving looking for random shit, and I'm like, no, I find it, and then I regret it. No, that's not true. There's been some gems over the course of these reviews. There's been some hidden gems. I'll not be that disparaging. I mean, there's been some wee crackers, and it's been an absolute joy to watch. Let's put this in perspective. This is now taking the bottom spot from Killer Sofa. This is how bad this movie is, okay? Killer Sofa was the epitome of bad movies, right? This is just, not just taking the spot, it's kicked it. It's just went, thump, get out of my way, I'm taking the crown. There's a link in the description if you want to suffer it. You know what I mean? I'm sharing the pain with these guys. They're check out the episode description. There's a link there. Check it out here. Go and do it. Then you can hit me forever. This is completely Killer Sofa. You at least had some genuine laughs about. This is just god awful. And then we get introduced to, it's just a mess, the plot. So there is no plot. There sort of is. The plot is the town's having an Easter parade. The mayor's a stoner. He's trying to be the Big Lebowski, but he's crap. And yeah, he's like, hey man, and all that stuff, and yeah, and he's in denial because then the reports start coming in, people are dying because who's the second one? The second gratuitous nudie is who was it? It was somebody out. Yeah, somebody's out running or something, and the bunny gets it, and of course the bunny eats her, but manages to whip her top off first because a huge hulking bunny just munching down with his teeth has such dexterity that it can do that. And then she's running about her back garden, and then it focuses in the boobs, focuses back, and you're just like, mate, you're just doing this for the sake of it. It's stupid. And honestly, the women are about fives at most. They're not, not great. No offense to them, but you're not like dealing with supermodels here or anything. You know, it's just like I said, wannabe. God, that's the second one, and then we'll get back to the house where protagonist's father's having this scene where his wife is cooking bacon with a spatula. I mean, a wooden spoon, not even a spatula, a wooden spoon. Like, do these people not know life? Like, what are they trying to do here? Yeah, and all this pile of bacon, and she's cooking it because he's on a diet and he just wants to spell it. And he's like, "Oh, give me something." And it's just fucking weird. And I've forgotten the first scene how this all starts out. It starts out at a wedding, and this is also how bad this is because it starts off as a shot at nighttime into a building where a wedding reception is taking place, and the camera quality is good inside the building with a scene, and it's a father's getting married. His son's the best man. He goes up and goes, "Oh, fuck you, you left my mum doing this, blah, blah, blah. Hope you enjoy your new wife who's 20 years younger than you." And I thought, what? Okay, right. Something's going on here. And then the minute he steps outside, the camera quality just goes shit. And then it stays shit for the rest of the movie. It even cycles back into the reception after the first guy gets killed. Yeah, and he gets his arm sliced off because that makes sense. Yeah, and then we go back. This father and her stepmother, and she's coming back, and all this weird shit's happening. And then we get the scene in the dog catchers HQ, and God, these people are just down this in. Honestly, they're just like they've been thrown like a fiver or something. Here's 20 quid. Act in this movie. All right, I suppose. And this whole thing is about the annual handing out of the Dog Catcher of the Year awards, third, second, third. And our weirdo guy, he gets third place. Two other, someone else, can't remember, gets second. And then this other guy who's supposed to be the hero gets first. And then this guy, as he goes jealous and just goes a bit psycho on it. And then they're talking about, here's the list for the day, blah, blah, blah. So they're establishing the dog catchers. It's a whole team of about 20 of them, and do this and do that. But it serves no purpose for the movie because the only reason to set that up is if they come up with a plan to deal with the bunny. That's the only reason they set up like dog catchers because like, all right, this is bigger than normal. It's the same as Jaws when they have what's his face. They're on the boat, they're expert fishermen and they know what they're doing. And they're sent out to catch Jaws. It should have been that, but they do this and they do nothing with it. They just do nothing with it. And it's just for this character to be a psychopath, but he's not even a psychopath. Like, there's no reason for his character. He's just running about going, blah. Yeah, what's her face? Protagonist, final girl, whatever you want to call her, comes back to her father's house. And he's like, "You've got to get a job within a week or else I'm kicking you out. This is tough love, blah, 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 because you've done that." She's like, "I'm an artist. I don't need a job." And you're like, you could have wrote this. Here's what annoys me, right? This channel, we have featured around about 70 authors, right? Some just doing it for the first time, some not doing it for money. So, some are just doing it because they enjoy writing it. Some are published authors. Some are self-published authors. A whole range of visibility and ability and styles and you name it. I can guarantee you now, any one of those guys would write a script 100 times fucking better than this pile of shit. And this got made and got put out there. That's what I'm saying. Anyone, even if one of the authors I talk about that would feature on the show or creators that we've spoken to have more talent in their baby finger than these fuckers. I'm actually annoyed by it. This is a case of, I don't know, somebody's got bankrolled or it's a tax write-off or it's friggin' nepotism or some shite that's got this movie made. And the fact is, apparently got around film festivals and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's actually this has been distributed, put out there, and actually, got the backing of a studio. Even though it's like an indie movie, it's still, it's got more distribution than I know half the creatives I've spoken to would kill for this sort of distribution, and then this shit gets made. And friggin' doesn't happen. And I know, guy, and that's why I try to do what I do. I'm sorry I'm going off on the tangent here because it's giving me a headache, this fucking movie. But that's why I try to do my wee bit to help folks and get them out there. And even if it's bringing them on the show to talk about a movie, at least you're meeting the author, and then you can get interested in their works, and then you can listen to one of their stories that's been featured. At least if that helps somebody get their leg up a bit. Fuck. What can I say? 4.2 at IMDb. See, there's a bit. Check Rotten Tomatoes, because see if this has got like a 99% critic score, a 42% audience score. I would say everything about the movie industry. And then you're probably an istophobe if you don't like this movie. You don't like this movie, then you're at this and that and the other, and you're like, nah, it's just shit. There are a lot, and that's why I'm actually that's why I've got talking to film directors as well now and bringing them on board, because I'm hoping somewhere along the line the twain shall meet and something will get created. I really love to see that. I've said this 100 times in the channel. I'd love to see some project come out of people meeting through this podcast. It would just be amazing. I don't need to be involved in it. I don't need to get any kickbacks. I don't need anything from it. I just would be happy with the satisfaction of knowing that some talented people who maybe we didn't met each other somehow through this channel made something fun happen. I don't think that's too much, to ask. It'd be nice to see, because the alternative is absolute crap like this getting out there. So the mayor, he's another story. The mayor's corrupt. He's just a party boy. What else? There's not really much about. They're holding this Easter festival, and that's his thing. That they come spend your money, get in, and then he obviously doesn't want to hear anything about the killings, because once they start reported in, he's trying to go on denial and pretend it doesn't happen. His idea, the festival's still going ahead. There's one scene, right, where someone's killed and they've got the body parts all over the place, and the police captain or whatever it is in front of the cameras holding up a bag with the parts in it, going, well, this is what we've found. And you're like, man, that's not even funny. You're trying to be funny and you're not. I've talked about this before with comedies. Some of the comedies, when they try to be funny, just don't land. And when they're trying so hard and they think they're so clever, it just doesn't. You don't get that laugh. You're just like, what are you doing? And that's what the comedy they try and inject in just happens. And then we get our third gratuitous nudity, because he's got one of the voters in a swimming pool, his pool naked when the police arrive to tell him about the killings. That's number 3. And then I think we'll get one more after that. Yeah, that happens. Then what's her face goes to the dog catchers, go, I need a job, yeah, experience. No. Can you wear a hat properly? Yeah, okay, you've got the job. And she's like, it's supposed to be funny, but it's not. It's shit. It's just, and plus these people are so wooden plankish. There's nothing about them at all. God, there's more emotion in role-playing games that we do on the channel and our friends' channels. There's more emotion there and depth of character put across on a fucking YouTube channel than these idiots. The greatest Easter horror film ever released. The Horror Society gives 5 stars. I wonder if they're involved in the production at all or getting a backhander. I wonder how much you have to pay these access media, because I can have people come on and say, this is the greatest horror YouTube channel ever. And get them to all give me 5 stars, and then the people can log on and see my big fat ugly face, and they'll be like, oh, you bastard, I was lied to you. Actually, that'd be funny to do. If I've got a spare couple hundred quid sometime, I'll throw it at people to do that. Yeah. Where was it? Oh yeah, I'm trying to pick plot out of this. Shit. This is one of these ones I should have took notes. I went, okay, and then this happens, then that happens, because fuck, it's just a... What's her face then starts working at the dog catchers, and of course she gets paired up with Psycho Boy. And he's like, oh, it's a code 547, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what? Yeah, the boss didn't want them either. Yeah, why is just say stray dog, we can say this. And you're like, that's not funny. Don't you start. What's this going to be? A competition now? Friggin' for puns? I'm in enough pain, folks. I'm in enough pain talking about this movie. Oh god, man. Yeah, so she gets paired up. He starts being creepy and psycho, but he's just one motor character, over hyper, non-acting. She's wooden planking her way through it. And then we get the next gratuitous nudity, which is a couple. And they're walking in the woods. And he's a buh, and she's a bimbo. And like, why are we walking here? And they're supposed to be going for a picnic. They're not. Oh, yeah. Right. This switches. These people are all walking through the woods, right? And they're all dressed in city clothes. It's ridiculous. That's another thing that really pulled me out of this. They're all dressed as if they're walking up their driveways when they're walking through the woods and supposed to be into the, the countryside. And they're all dressed in like as if they're going to walk down the main street. But this couple, like, they're dressed as if they're going to go to a restaurant, and she's like, yeah, why are we out here having a picnic? They've no picnic gear, but they're just walking. We could be in a restaurant. Yeah, but it doesn't have this. And then he smokes and goes, I suppose can't smoke out here. Thought the whole thing about him smoking. And then she comes up with, oh, but you can't go skinny dipping out here. Lead up for the next gratuitous nudity. No lake nearby, by the way. And then this whole thing where she's getting her kid off, and then she's dropping her clothes to make him go chase her. And then she's found like cut in half. Like, do you know what? If the rabbit's killing people because it's hungry, if it would finish off 1 or 2 people, it'd be full, and then that'd be the end of the movie. The problem is, it's just going to take bites out of people, so no one are still hungry. So I think that's the last one. More plot happens with the city, goes back with the mayor doing mayor stuff, and then the dog catchers doing dog catcher stuff. Some of them get wiped out. The one that got number 1, like, dog catcher of the year, he gets killed. She gets upset because she fell in love with him in 2 minutes of them meeting each other. God, what else? The rock climbing girl. Once again, she's dressed, those stupid boots that people wear and the laces are all undone. Loose, and just once again wearing city clothes to go rock climbing. You haven't got a hop in hell. Well, you haven't got a hop in hell finding a decent plot in this movie or any enjoyment. Like, I suppose it's fun to rip apart, but it's actually giving me a headache doing it. It's just reminding me of what a shit time I've had. It's an hour and a half of my life I'm not getting back. Yeah, rock climbing girl, same again. She keeps her clothes on though. I was half expecting her to strip off to go rock climbing. It just would have made sense because she's all done with her nail polish and that. And like I said, the boots really annoyed me because they really couldn't got a pair of like rock climbing boots. They're not that super expensive or something decent, like made it look like a rock climber. And she's only got up like one boulder. It's not even bouldering. Yeah, whatever. But he turns up rare. And rabbits don't make, they have this thing going rare and the changes sound every minute. It makes a different sound. So they didn't even establish a bunny rabbit sound. And like you could do it. It actually sounded rabbit. And actually if you speed it up and put it through reverb and play about, you can come up with some fun stuff. I've done it. Funny enough, on Steve Knight's video, that's why I've got to make bunny rabbit noises. Yeah, you can do that. I can do it, so they should be able to do it. They're supposed to be the professionals. Yeah, that changes all. What else? Yeah, when Psycho Dude ends up running through the town, here's how bad it is. They've lured his voice over the top. So he stops and he screams, and then there's nothing, and then you hear because of the tape. You know what I mean? The digital, they can't even edit the fucking video properly to match up with his mouth movements when he's outside running about. Yeah, they do that. That sort of thing. And then he meets these preacher who you can tell, like, if you're going to act a super conservative preacher, commit to the role. Don't be a Southern Californian liberal type pretending to be what you think a fundamental preacher is. Fuck off, Steve. I'll be hopping off myself. I think some hair of the dog a couple of nights ago was bad. But thanks for jumping in. Thanks for hopping along for this. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, if you're going to act a fundamental preacher, at least commit to the role, and then it'll be funnier. Rather than somebody going, it's the gays. It's gays' fault. It's gays. You're like, really, mate? And then Psycho Dude comes up and goes, blah, yeah, he's Psycho Bunny. He's converted, blah. And then nobody's moving. He goes, look, two men kissing. And everyone's like, like, just fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. It's insulting to anyone involved. You know what I mean? You're thinking that's funny, or you're parodying the character. If you're going to parody someone, parody them properly. Fuck it. What's this? What upmanship? Oh my god. Did you watch the hidden Easter egg? Okay, I'll stop it. I'll stop the way you'd be up mad. Fuck. You bastards. These are bastards in the chat tonight. You're just making me suffer more with these puns. God damn it. Actually, in fairness, it's more entertaining than the movie. Damn it. Yeah, but that whole bringing that nonsense in, and then they'll even commit to the, you know what I mean? At least if you're going to do it, commit to the role. And then it becomes funny. But yeah, God, these two that made this are arseholes. The Snygg brothers. Yeah, they're bunch of arseholes. Stuff them. If I ever see their names again, I'll be like, nah. Yeah, this movie was completely insulting. And then, what's her face? Oh, they blame Psycho Boy for doing all the killings so that the Easter thing can happen. But then they have him in a straitjacket by the window going, go away. And the mayor's going, shh. Like, wasn't funny. Slapstick humor takes thought. And I always say to anyone, watch the Charlie Chaplin documentary. Or the autobiography. Watch the Charlie Chaplin movie where it talks about him actually making the stuff. And you get the idea of the sort of work that has to go into slapstick comedy and situational comedy. There's a lot of work has to go into it. And these people don't. And I've seen it with some other comedies. They don't have a sense of humor themselves, so they don't understand what makes people laugh. These are wooden planks with no personality, trying to make stuff just for the sake of it. And I genuinely don't think they're horror fans. These are the sort of people that latched onto the horror bandwagon because they think they can just get stuff made. Like, it's insulting to horror fans because there's disdain for the audience, and I think everyone's part of this stupid freaking culture war shit as well, which most people just want to just get on their lives and escape and have a bit of entertainment. I suppose I'll wrap this up. She goes back to her dad's, and he's on the bed wearing a onesie, and his wife's playing some sort of fucking sexual game with a bit of bacon. Wasn't funny. Didn't add anything, but she goes back and goes, "Daddy, where's your guns?" "Oh, right, blah blah blah. Kill our bunny. Don't, She goes down, and it's like Tremors. He's the survivalist in the basement. It's all the stuff, and she picks the pump action shotgun. Like, all her rare weapons she has to choose, and she picks one pump action shotgun. Now, this is what I'm saying about they had the setup. So you had the dog catchers. So think of movies like Tremors, and think of movies like Hot Fuzz, where they set everything up. Got the survivalists so that they have all the weapons, so they can take down one of the graboids. And that was done funny. They played their characters, they embraced it, but they were useful to the team. You have, unless you have the dog catchers, they're suited, but they needed, obviously, maybe they could have had one attempt and it got away, and what they had was not enough. And then she goes, "Oh, Daddy has guns," and they could have done that and then made it a whole thing. It would have been fun, actually some character development. And they didn't do any of that. She just goes out being girl boss with a pump action shotgun. It doesn't even put it in her shoulder. Like, it's got a stock on her shoulder, and like, she doesn't even put it in her shoulder. Just so lazy. The way she holds it, like, God. Yeah, so she shoots it with about 3 rounds, and that's it, over. Oh, she dresses Psycho Boy up as a carrot to make him more appealing, even though his thing's killing everybody. Yeah. And then the finish off, I wonder how it got that big. Oh, and there was a subplot as well with a giant Easter egg in the middle of the woods that they were bringing in for the festival, even though, right, it's a white egg with blood around the middle. They never paid that off. Just, it was there. No reason. I think they're trying to hint that it's hatching another bunny. But, yeah, did nothing with that. And then they finish off with going, "Oh, I wonder how it got that big." And then that's it. Cut the credits. Yeah, I watched it before I came on here because I needed to watch something else. It's not much better, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. But there you go. This movie was shit. Check it out. Don't pay for it. If you've already got an Amazon subscription, yeah, click the link and yeah, watch the first. Get the gratuitous movie. Once the last one, which is the couple, I think. Yeah, once that one's done, yeah, just switch off. These people don't like the audience. They just, I don't know why they even bothered making a movie. What they thought they were going to do. Absolute crap. Really annoying. If you're going to have comedy, at least have a sense of humor yourself. I think that's kind of key. Understand what makes people laugh. In fact, not even have a sense of humor. Have a personality. I think you need a personality Because if you don't have a personality, you don't understand what other people's personalities are like. Therefore, you'll never reach them. But yeah, this was nepotism, definitely. This was a tax write-off or something. Only way I can describe how this thing got made and distributed. People are washing money. I mean, there's a you can hear the wash machines going in the background with this thing. It's only explanation. I'll let you know. In my opinion, it's a theory. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you do end up watching this movie, please let me know what you thought. If you've already seen it, let me know. Put in the comments. I don't think I'm being unreasonable with the review of this one, but if you disagree, let's hear what you loved about it. But there you go, folks. Until next time, do the typey clicky things and keep it creepy, keep it horrific.